All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Evan Mathias, and welcome to Adult Fitness. I hope all is well. Today, I'll be leading you through a stretch and balance exercise routine, and we're just going to really kind of loosen up the body and relax a little bit with these. To get started, if anyone has any injuries or anything like that, be aware of those and don't push yourself too hard. And as well as keep in mind your breathing. We're going to try to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. Also, with stretching, you should feel a nice stretch. That meaning it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but we definitely do not want any pain with any of these. If you have any pain, feel free to stop at any time and wait till the next one. All right, to get started, we're gonna just get some deep breathing in. So we're gonna take 3 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're gonna get started with 1 breath and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. We're gonna get 1 more in, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Awesome. I hope everyone's feeling well and ready to go. We're gonna get started with just some arm across body stretch. So with this, we're gonna do for about 20 seconds here, and we're gonna really kind of pull on our arm behind the elbow joint with this and feel a nice stretch behind that scapula or that shoulder blade. We can get some side steps in as well if you want to keep moving during this. And we're gonna switch arms in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Do our other arm here. Pulling right behind that elbow joint, making sure we're not on it. Good, we're about halfway done with this. You might be able to get a little bit more as the stretch goes on, and that would be great. I'm gonna finish up in 3, 2, and 1. Great job, kind of loosen out there. Next up, we're gonna get a nice little bicep stretch in. So we're gonna take one of our hands out, palm facing away from us, other hand cupping our hand and pulling our fingers back towards our body. You'll feel a stretch right along this forearm and this bicep area. And we're going to be doing each stretch for about 10 to 30 seconds. That's kind of like the sweet spot with static stretching. And then we're going to move on. So we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. So cup the outside hand, pull the fingers back towards us with these. Good. Feeling a nice stretch with this. All right, we're going to be finishing up this in 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Next up, we're going to get a little tricep stretch in. With this, we're going to bring one arm overhead, bring our hand down like as if we're scratching our back, bring the other hand up, and pull towards the midline. You'll feel a nice stretch along the tricep here. And act like you're scratching that back as far down as you can. Good, we're gonna switch arms in 3, 2, and 1. So, left arm overhead, bring hand back to the spine, pull elbow towards the midline. Good. You can also, if you're getting tired of sidestepping and you still want to move, you can add in some marches, but totally optional with this. Really trying to relax, keep that blood flowing throughout the body. All right, we're gonna be all done with that stretch. Next up, we're gonna get a nice chest stretch in. So I call this the field goal stretch. We're gonna be bringing one arm forward, or one leg forward, bending slightly 90 degrees, squeezing those shoulder backs, keeping your arms at 90 degrees as well, and really feeling a nice stretch in the shoulder or in the chest area. Side view would look like this. You also will feel a nice calf stretch if you try to drive that heel down as well. So kind of a 2-for-1. Switch legs. So bring the other leg back, drive that heel down, and really stretch out. Good, and we'll switch up poses in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Stretch out the shoulders. Always like to loosen up after my stretches. Next up, we're going to do some balance work, and we'll be working with a tree pose. So with all these poses, I like to have something sturdy nearby, just in case if I need to catch my balance. So that's why I have this chair. You can have like a wall or a desk. But always just keep that in mind, and we don't want to fall or anything like that. So with the tree pose, we're going to start single leg, bringing our foot near our ankle. We can keep it planted on the toe tapping the ground, or we can level up by bringing our foot more up into our body, so around the knee area. And this will make you use that balance a little bit more. We can bring our arms out or keep them in if you'd like. That's all personal preference. 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everybody. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg here. Another modification for this is you can bend down and squat if you'd like. If you're feeling pretty comfortable, you might need to bring your leg back down towards your ankle or so, but always personal preference. Find that sweet spot for you. And awesome. Next pose, so we're going to do a warrior pose. So same kind of position with that field goal stretch. We're going to bend into a slight lunge here. We're keeping our back foot at not kind of perpendicular with our other foot. We're really stretching out. We're going to bring these arms out in front of us. Look right down your arm and focus on a point in the future. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth with these. If you'd like, you could get a nice bend in as well. Change up the planes of motion. Keeping a nice T with our back and our arms, keeping those arms up. Good. And we'll switch out. So we'll bring our right foot forward, left foot back, and look right down our arms. Really keeping in mind our breathing with these. Good, we're about halfway done. Might feel a little bit of a burn in the arms, that's all right. And good. We'll switch up. We'll get that core a little bit looser with some trunk twists here. Going nice and slow. Looking as far back as you can when you come to that backside. Pushing that range of motion, but not going too far or too fast. Really warming up that transverse core. And we'll get a couple more swings in here. Good. Next up, we're going to stretch out our obliques a little bit more. So with this, we're going to be doing a side bend. I like to we'll go right arm on our outside of our leg first. Bring our other arm up. Feet slightly wider than shoulder width. You'll feel a nice stretch in this oblique side core area. My bottom hand is around my knee. That point may be different for different people depending on how long your arms are or your legs. Good, and we'll switch. Bringing our other arm up, breathing nice and easy. Keeping a nice flat back during this as well, nice straight. Good. All right, next up, we're gonna do a little bit of I call them RDLs, but there's a bunch of different names for them, I'm sure. So this is a single leg exercise. So our planted leg, we're gonna have a soft bend in, so not completely locked out and straight, but for the most part, pretty straight. And we're gonna slowly, as far as you can just bring that back foot up off the ground or plant it on the ground. Or if you'd like, you can also bring your back leg as high as you can, really keeping the core tight during this. Bringing our arm up and looking straight ahead. Try to get as much of a flat back as you can. It's nice to have this chair here for balance if I need it. And we're going to switch up 3, 2, and 1. Good. Really feeling this in your hamstring a little bit. Keeping that foot nice and stable on the ground. We'll finish up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. All right, we're going to transition more into the floor now and do a couple of kneeing exercises. So now would be a good pausing point to take a break if you'd like. Catch your breath, get some water. These are definitely challenging. And take a little break if you'd like. So our first kneeing exercise is we're going to be doing some bird dogs. So with bird dogs, we're going to go arms out in front of us, keeping that core nice and tight. And a modification for these is you can bring that opposite leg out as well. And we're going to be holding this for about 10 seconds here. You can always just do just the one arm or just the one leg. Really keep that core tight and engaged during this. That will help keep your balance throughout. And we're switching in 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. And we're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. With these balancing exercises as well, it always helps me if I keep my eyes focused on the same point instead of looking around the room. Just helps you keep your balance a little bit more. We're finishing up these in 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Next up, we're staying on our hands and knees here. Kind of shake out those arms a little bit if you'd like. We're going to be doing some cat-cows. So these are great for really stretching out the spine and that core as well. So first up, we're going to be squeezing our belly button into the mat and really arching that back as much as we can and looking up towards the ceiling. Each pose we're going to hold for about 3 seconds. Next up, we're going to be doing the opposite. And we're going to bring that belly button to the sky with these and really arch our back in the opposite direction. Good. And we'll go back into the cat pose and switch. About 3 seconds each. Make sure you're controlling that breath throughout. We're going to be doing about 3 more of each pose. So there we go. And we're switching back into our cat. And switch. Hands should be under the shoulders here. And switch back to cat. We're going to do 1 more of each. Squeeze that core, get your back all the way up to the ceiling. And bring that belly button to the floor. Great job, everyone. We're going to be staying on our knees here, so stretch out arms if you'd like. Wrists can get kind of tight with this position, so take as much time as you'd like. Next up, though, we're going to be doing a plank. So we're going to be starting, we'll go knees on the ground, and more like a push-up position, keeping that core tight, back nice and flat, hands under the shoulders, and we're keeping our shoulders nice and balanced. If a modification for this would be putting your feet out and going up on your feet. We got about 3 more seconds, and we're gonna end now. All right. And then we're gonna move on to a little bit of a side plank. So this will get that balance, that core, keeping it nice and engaged. We're gonna start off with our knees, bring our hips up, keep that core nice and engaged. These about 10 seconds on these. And we'll switch in 3, 2, and 1. So we'll switch sides. And you can also go out on your feet with these as well. And we're gonna be finishing up with these in 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right. Now we'll be transitioning all the way to the ground, laying down. And we're first gonna get started. We're gonna have our palms facing down. Bringing one knee down and then one knee up, and we're gonna bring it nice and across. This will get nice stretch in that outside of glute and those abductors as well. Take nice, controlled, deep breaths in here. We'll be switching to the other leg in 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee back, out, bring it up,